What to know about California's wildfires. Santa Ana winds have died down across the greater Los Angeles area, helping firefighters bring almost 40,000 acres of ongoing wildfires under control. The fires have killed at least 27 people and swept through residential communities, destroying more than 12,300 structures and forcing thousands of people to evacuate. See maps of the fire areas and evacuation zones. The causes of the fires remain unknown, but investigators are focusing on a specific scorched slope to discover the origins of the largest blaze, the Palisades Fire. The Palisades Fire is 27% contained, and the Eaton Fire is 55% contained. Attention has already turned to the vast cleanup and restoration effort that will follow, with California Governor Gavin Newsom promising a Marshall Plan-style rebuilding effort that could cost tens of billions of dollars. Dangerous fire conditions are expected to return next week, the National Weather Service warned. For years, Oris Hernandez worked alongside her mother, who 2 decades ago started the family's daycare business in their home in Altadena. It only took hours for the wildfires that leveled entire Los Angeles area communities last week to consume their home and their livelihood. The blazes destroyed the remodeled garage where they had their licensed childcare business. Gone is the brightly lit room where 12 to 15 children from mostly working-class families from Altadena and Pasadena played with multicolored toys and filled out worksheets. The photos of kids that adorned the walls are now cinders. In 3 hours, everything's gone. Our house, our homes, our job, everything, said Hernandez, 45. Along with mansions and wealthy enclaves, California's still raging wildfires have charred communities of working-class families and turned them to ash. The merciless flames left gardeners, caregivers, domestic workers, childcare providers, and others without the tools needed to do their jobs. The conflagration wiped out the businesses where they worked and the homes of many employers and clients. The flames consumed a vast area, forcing the evacuation of tens of thousands of people. Hundreds of thousands of structures were destroyed in the fire that killed at least 24 people. U.S.-based weather analytics company AccuWeather estimates the financial burden of the fires could reach $250 billion. The Palisades Fire, the first and still the largest, has devastated large areas, including the upscale Pacific Palisades neighborhood, home to celebrities such as Mel Gibson and Paris Hilton. The cause of the fires is under investigation. A new fire, known as the Kenneth Fire, broke out on Thursday, and one person was arrested on suspicion of arson in connection with the fire. Much of the city was plunged into darkness due to power cuts, while roads were clogged with traffic as people tried to flee. Schools and universities were also forced to close. It is reported that the winds, which eased over the weekend, will pick up speed again and reach speeds of 110 kilometers per hour. And there are fears that the flames will spread over an even wider area. So far, the Palisades Fire is 13% contained, the Eaton Fire is 27% contained, and the Hearst Fire is 89% contained. So why were these fires in Los Angeles so intense, and how did they spread so quickly? Experts say heavy rainfall in 2024 due to the El Niño weather phenomenon increases the risk of fires in the winter months. Rory Haddon, a fire science researcher at the University of Edinburgh, explains, precipitation that falls before a fire can cause significant vegetation growth. That can then become potential fuel for a fire. Then you get to a period of drier weather that vegetation can dry out very, very quickly, and there's more of it. So even more fuel for the fire. High winds turned the blaze west of Los Angeles into a fast-moving wildfire that spread through dry vegetation and wrapped itself around the Pacific Palisades neighborhood near Santa Monica. These winds are generally hot and dry, further drying out the moisture in vegetation. All wildfires require 3 things to come together: some kind of ignition, something to burn, and oxygen from the air, Haddon says. But the speed of winds coming off the California desert made these fires particularly intense. Los Angeles Police Department Chief Jim McDonnell announced the formation of a new task force to investigate the wildfires. More than 12,000 structures were damaged in the fires. McDonnell said the task force will be led by the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, ATF, and law enforcement agencies continue to patrol areas affected by the wildfires to ensure safety. The fires, which started on the evening of January 7th and spread rapidly due to strong winds in different parts of Los Angeles, have killed 16 people and reduced more than 37,000 acres of land to ashes. The inadequacy of the United States, known as the world's superpower, in the face of fires has created a great shock effect worldwide. The United States was inadequate in coming to the aid of its own people. There was no water flowing from the taps, and firefighters had to carry buckets of water to extinguish the fire. The people tried to put out the fire by filling bags with water. People left the area on their own, and the looting began, prompting a curfew. Residents showed great anger at the authorities' lack of preparation and inadequate response. Thousands of people took to social media to share their shock at the authorities' incompetence. Donald Trump's statement on the Los Angeles fire. Hollywood stars whose multi-million-dollar mansions were reduced to ashes reacted strongly to governors and mayors. Donald Trump, who will take over as U.S. president on January 20th, targeted the Joe Biden administration and said, "There is still zero control. No one has seen such bad numbers before." World-famous actors and actresses rebelled. Famous actress Sarah Foster expressed her anger at the state's failure to deal with the fire despite paying extremely high taxes in Los Angeles. Sharing on the social media platform X, Foster said, "Our fire hydrants were empty. Our plants were overgrown, the bushes were not cleared. Our fire department budget was cut by our mayor." Actress Sarah Michelle Gellar blamed the authorities, saying, "People of Los Angeles, you want everyone to evacuate the city, but the roads are completely blocked, and there's not a single traffic cop to help." Famous billionaire Rick Caruso stated that the region is in serious trouble in terms of preventing and responding to fires. Caruso reacted by saying, "There is no water coming from the fire hydrants. This is not our firefighters. This is the city's bad management." The situation here is like a third world country. Officials announced that all schools in the Los Angeles Unified School District, the nation's second largest, would be closed because of the thick smoke and ash that has been hovering over the city. Classes would not resume until conditions improved. At least 20 people were arrested for the looting, while the city of Santa Monica declared a curfew due to lawlessness. Governor Gavin Newsom announced that California has deployed more than 1,400 firefighters to fight the fires. Oregon, Washington, Utah, New Mexico, and Arizona have also sent crews to help. A private company called AccuWeather, which provides data on weather patterns and their impacts, has raised its estimate of damage and economic losses to $135 billion to $150 billion. Government officials have not yet released any official damage estimates. USA Los Angeles fire latest situation. The Associated Press has the following update on the ongoing wildfires in Southern California. Fire map. Several large fires remain, including the Palisades Fire west of Los Angeles, the Eaton Fire north of Pasadena, and the Sunset Fire in the Hollywood Hills. Evacuation zones. About 360,000 people are under evacuation orders. Wildfires affecting the Pacific Palisades neighborhood of Los Angeles have forced many Hollywood stars, including Mark Hamill, Mandy Moore, and James Woods, to evacuate their homes. Power outages. More than 450,000 people were without power. Wednesday evening, according to the website poweroutage.us. Death toll. Current tally at 16, but death toll is expected to rise as crews begin searching through the rubble.